I'm John Harwood with the New York Times and CNBC. When he ran for president to preserve racial segregation in the 1960s, George Wallace used to complain there's not a dime's worth of difference between the Democratic and Republican parties. But because the two parties have sorted out ideologically in the years since then, that's not really true anymore. That's why the turn to the general election that occurs this week is such a significant shift in the 2008 race. So far, we've had internal, self-contained conversations within each party, with most candidates agreeing with each other. John McCain and fellow Republicans supported the Iraq War, supported President Bush's tax cuts, were skeptical of government-run health care. Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, and other Democrats united around the opposite view. But now that Barack Obama and John McCain have emerged as the candidates for the fall, we have a clear clash between Republican conservatism and Democratic liberalism. It promises to be a close race. The tide of recent American history favors John McCain. Republicans have won 9 of the last 14 presidential elections. But right now, a political wave has crested in opposition to George W. Bush's presidency, due in part to an unpopular Iraq war and a weakening economy. You can see the results in the most recent NBC Wall Street Journal poll. 46% of Americans identified themselves as Democrats, just 33% as Republicans. That's a big shift from the 2004 election day, when Republicans and Democrats turned out in equal proportions. Barack Obama's task over the next 22 weeks is to hold that partisan high ground. John McCain, by contrast, has got to use policy differences to try to maximize his ideological edge. There are, after all, more conservatives than liberals in the United States. The polls show right now that Barack Obama begins that general election sprint with a slight advantage, but the advantage is within the poll's margin of error.